Howdy ho there, my lovies. Welcome back to Crazy But Not Dangerous. I'm Shorty Vaughn, and I'm coming to you tonight from Andrew's shop, and it's relatively clean, so I'm all right being in here. I don't feel like anything's going to fall down on top of me today, so yay, hooray for that. Anyhow, I'm coming to you from Andrew's shop because I have a whole house full of people sleeping, resting, recuperating, and this is a nice private spot where I could have a few minutes with my lovies. I am so glad to have all of you. I'm telling you what, this week has just been a whirlwind. Yeah, all the things. We've had all the things going on. But I wanted to come on here and apologize for a lack of videos, kind of keep you updated on what's going on. And honestly, I share my life with you all, and it's a privilege to do so. And I feel like you all just lift me up. And hopefully that I'm doing the same for y'all. So I'm just sitting out here in my bathrobe, and it's not cold. It's only like a low of 63 degrees tonight. And tomorrow it's going to be about 93 degrees. Yeah, this is March 24th. Yeah, March 24th. And we're going to be at 93 degrees. So Lord help us all. I got the swamp cooler all set up today. So, you know, we got hot. We're going to fire that puppy up and stay nice and cool. Where I live in the desert Southwest, it works very effectively to keep my house cool until about June 15th. And then the humidity is too high and the temperature is too high to really cool us down sufficiently with just the swamp cooler. Then I will turn the AC on. Thank goodness for AC, because I don't know how the pioneers did it. They're made of stronger stuff than me, I'll tell you that. So what's been going on? Well, we are now a household of 5 adult humans, 2 dogs, 2 feral cats. Yeah, so my older sister had a health crisis this week. And she was in the hospital for a number of days. She did receive a diagnosis that we're going to pursue treatment of, outside of the hospital setting on kind of an outpatient basis. It's neurological. And she's going to need a pretty good amount of help. And I just love her. And so she and her husband have moved in with us at this time so that they are close to medical. Where they live is very remote and lacking in healthcare. The town that they live in has like a clinic. I wouldn't even really call it a hospital. Pretty much if there's anything beyond like broken legs or, flu or that kind of thing, they air vac you into Phoenix for a, more comprehensive medical setting. So they'll be staying with us while they pursue, her treatment options or what have you. She needs help on the regular. Some of the symptoms, blurry vision, vision loss, hearing loss, mobility challenges with speaking, awareness problems, sleepiness, and nerve pain, that kind of thing, headache, spinal pain. I mean, the whole menagerie. She's got the whole thing going on. Anyhow, so she needs help on the regular with just day-to-day tasks right now. We're only into this a couple of days. I have experience as a caregiver because I cared for my mother-in-law who had dementia and she was immobile. So I can do a transfer. I can, help somebody, with their daily needs and what have you. So I'm pretty confident in that. For personal reasons, it's important to me to be there because you do for family. And in our family, I've said it before, like the older kids raise the younger kids. And she is third from the oldest, and she has always been there for me my entire life. So I really want to do as much for her as I possibly can. So that's where we're at right now. And yeah, there's always hope and optimism, and this condition is manageable. Um, and I'm just hoping for the best. We're going to put everything that we have in it to get her as well as humanly possible, because she's not that old, and she has a whole great big long life left to live. So let's make it the best that we can. And so yeah, we are now a family of 5. Yay, hooray! And we'll just see where life takes us. So this morning when she woke up, we were taking medication and we were talking, and she was doing some things, and I know that she loves to read the horoscopes. And I really wanted her to read so I could see how well her vision was at this moment. Also, cognition, that kind of thing. So I had pulled the horoscopes out of the Sunday paper and had folded them all up. And here, go ahead and read the horoscopes. Read mine, read yours, read Andrew's. We all want to know our horoscope. And so, yeah, she was able to read everyone's horoscope. My horoscope was just one word: pivot. And I thought, well, that's just about the truth. Life changes on a dime. Just when you think you've got it all figured out and you're strolling down, the yellow brick road, the next thing you know, like, you stumble on a loose brick and life changes. And if you're, a woman of a certain age or a man of a certain age, well, life can change PDQ, baby. But you just got to keep on keeping on. So, yeah, family of 5. So you'll see some changes in my recipes to accommodate her special needs. You'll see me making a little bit more food on the regular because now it's 5 instead of 3. And, yeah, you might see a few more videos like this where we're just vlogging, just talking, just chit-chatting with my lovies. You may also see me do more voiceovers in my regular videos because there's things happening now. Like when Melissa's back in her office and Andrew's in his office and the house, it's just me and Hazel pretty much, and nobody cared that I had the video running. But now I've got people in and out of my kitchen doing things. I got the TV on, blaring in the background. I've got all kinds of things happening. So you might see more videos with voiceovers. I hope you'll stick with me on that. But I don't want to give up my YouTube channel. I don't want to lose all of my lovies because you all you make my heart sing. Yeah, you make my heart sing. You tickle me to death. Let me just tell you that. Anyhow, so we will just keep on keeping on the best that we can. And I love y'all. Love your comments. And I will try to respond. I've gotten kind of behind this week because pretty much every day has been spent at the hospital, talking to doctors, making arrangements, getting equipment, getting things delivered, resituating the house. Like they have moved into my master bedroom because the ensuite is very nice for them. It's fewer steps for her to take. And so we've been doing the shuffle. And that it's okay. That's what you do for family. You just do. And it'll be all right. At the end of the day, it'll be all right. Tonight we are all fed. Everyone's in bed and asleep except for me. That's where I'm going PDQ. I can tell you that. But I didn't want to leave you hanging. I wanted to come out here and just let you know what was going on. YouTube is very personal. We share our lives with our viewers and become friends. And, it's a mutual relationship. Hopefully as much as I feel like I'm lifting people up, that people are, people lift me up. And so, it's really an interesting dynamic, you two. Anyhow, we'll get on to that subject different time. Because Andrew and I were talking about that the other night. Anyhow, you should hear some of the conversations that we have. This chair of his is awfully squeaky. I'm going to come out here with some oil and do something to it. Anyhow, what's going on? So yeah, tonight for dinner, I was too tired to really think straight, and we just had sheet tray dinner, and so it was potatoes and green beans and zucchini and parsnips, and they had never had parsnips before. Okay, I gotta tell you, but I gotta just tell you this story, is that pretty much my sister never learned to cook much of anything. I think she can make maybe like 3 or 4 dishes. And the only vegetables she really knows how to cook is broccoli and cheese steamer packets with the cheese sauce from the frozen vegetable section at the grocery store, a can of corn, or a can of green beans. Those are like the vegetables that they know. Oh, and potatoes, mostly in the form of French fries or tater tots. So they don't eat a well-balanced diet. They eat mostly their entire marriage, about 41 years, from restaurants, whether it was sit down or fast food or drive through or what have you. So they're unfamiliar with the vegetables. So they were looking at my sheet tray pan like, whoa, baby, what is all of that? We don't know if we eat that. Well, you know what? You won't know if you eat it or not until you give it a try. So you give it a try, and if you don't like something, well, you know what? Here, we're going to put the whole roll of napkins on the table. You take a bite of something, you don't like it, you can go ahead and spit it out. No judgment. Just try something. And so, yeah, they ate everything. They cleared, and the meat was, we had chicken, I had some bacon, and I had some bratwursts that were in the refrigerator thawed out, because everything's been such a whirlwind. I didn't have any big meat thawed out for 5 people. So it was just a modge podge of everything that I could find in the refrigerator, and I'm looking at it all, and I'm too tired to come up with a meal. It's sheet tray, sheet pan, and anyhow, it was a complete success, and that they learned that they liked some vegetables. So it's going to be a little bit of discovery for everybody, because I need to eat more of a whole foods diet with meats, fruits, vegetables, and, some carbs because I love them. But, I can't on the regular go through a drive-through. And honestly, I'm not going to spend the money. I'm too cheap. I'm too cheap to spend $11.99 on a double gut bomb with cheese, a Diet Coke, and French fries that I shouldn't even be eating. It's not going to happen. So it's an adjustment period for us all. Oh, dear Lord, please help us. Anyhow, so yeah, they're going to learn to eat vegetables, and I'm just taking deep breaths. And I'm choosing joy, hope, and optimism, just like every day of my life. Oh, I have to tell you the story. So I'm at this hospital. There is a security door. That's how you come and go through this hospital. And they have this really buff man, big man, guy, the security agent officer who mans this door. And you go through a metal detector, and then you go through this other scanner kind of thing, like at the airport, that does some kind of imaging. I don't really know the ins and outs. I didn't ask a lot of questions. I was just glad that I didn't beep. Oh, nothing's worse than when I'm at the airport and they can't stop it from beeping, and they got to take me aside into like the little cubicle and do the pat down. It's a little too familiar for me. Buy me dinner first. You know what I mean? Anyhow. And this is not in a bad neighborhood. This is in a very, very upscale neighborhood. It's a very nice hospital, but they are very, very security conscious. So so this guy stands, and you walk through the door, and he stands there, and his job is, come on, Come on. Keep walking. Keep walking. Don't stop. Come on. Come on. Come on down. Come on down. And so we come through the door. And he's, come on down. And he kind of smiles at me. I'm like, you mean come on down to Funky Town? And so I started just, bebopping my way down this gangplank kind of a situation through, and he is laughing. He is just cracking up. This great big old mean looking security guard that looks like he could just crush it. Anyhow, I'm just bebopping through the security metal detectors and the imaging detectors, and I don't know what they're imaging. Maybe it was a free MRI, and I didn't know. And he's just laughing. And I walk by him, and you make my day. Nobody has ever done that. I've worked here for years, and nobody has done that. I'm like, come on down to Funky Town. Because even in this difficult moment with my sister and her health crisis, I wanted to choose joy. I wanted to choose love. I wanted to choose optimism. And I wanted to have just a little bit of fun. And making that man smile made my whole day better. And then every day he sees me, and are you going to do it? You going to do it, Shorty Vaughn? Yeah, babe, I'm going to do it. We're going to have just a little dance party. And then he's boogieing and I'm boogieing and, yeah, absolutely. So I thought that was funny, and I will kind of miss him, and thought that he was very much a kindred spirit. And so in this new, pivot, choosing joy, hope, optimism, love, and hopefully these things will make my sister feel better. It felt great. It felt great to just cut loose for that one moment, that everything wasn't so serious, everything wasn't falling in, and made somebody smile. I think personally, if you can make one person smile in a whole day, well, that day is a success, because it's late and I'm tired and I'm going to go to bed. And we'll see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully, all good things. Fingers crossed. Yay, hooray, yippee, skippy, and hot diggity. All right. Thanks for coming on down to Funky Town. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Crazy But Not Dangerous. Big old smooches, huge squeeze-ronies, and remember that I love you. I love you just because you are my fellow traveler on this earth, and you don't have to do anything more than that, babies. You are fabulous just the way you are. Don't let anybody tell you any different, and I'll fight them. I'll fight them for you if they say anything different.